Alright guys and girls, welcome back to another video. Now I done my dinner and my breakfast video earlier, but I had to do like sort of short little episodes today. Well, earlier. It's gone 12 now, I believe, or coming up to 1. Actually it's 12:22 on Monday the 25th of December. So 25th already, guys and girls. Happy Christmas Day! So yeah, I'm just getting all the Christmas food done right now for later. Getting my brother's tea done as well at the moment, because he's after fucking some food because he hasn't had his tea, so he has it a bit later. Now, while this is boiling in here, I'm actually steaming that. Right, apparently, this is I haven't really done cauliflower before, like literally cauliflower. So I'm just going by the, what was this? Remove the outer edge or leaves, which I did. There was loads of leaves, so I presume I'm just left with this big massive thing. So now this, except for this one here, it's just a little stem. I don't know if I'm supposed to get rid of that stem or not, or snap it off. I don't even know if you can actually eat the leaves actually, because that'd be more vitamins in that, I suppose. But just doing what it's telling me. Alright, I'm going to pull that off a minute. My brother's food, I'm doing this right at the same time. Because yeah, we had to earlier. We had to have these people come down for an emergency because we literally had a flooding. Be yesterday now because it's just gone 12. So being 12 o'clock next day, Christmas Day. I'm still wrapping some of the Christmas presents up at the moment. Literally, I'm not quite finished yet wrapping them all up. Let's have a look. So what I need to do is cut into the florets and rinse well. Well, okay. So actually I don't even know why I boiled this. Oh no, actually, because I can use that to rinse out. I can put that in there for a minute. So yeah, this is the cauliflower. So like little bits and bobs. The smaller you want to do it, really quite small, little tiny bits like that, and then they'll be easier to cook. Can I snap off this? I feel like it's like the stem bone. Hang on. Do it in a couple of minutes. Because what I'm doing is I'm pre-cooking this for tonight. Then I've got to pre-cook tomorrow's as well for Boxing Day. take out some of these smaller stems. So I don't want it so it's too hard. Yeah, it should be right, I think. Now, so all I'm left now with is a predicament. Just this little thing, you know. So I suppose just throw that away. And then just put little bits and bobs of this on for tomorrow. I shall put that all in there because I only bought one of these. Well, I bought two of them. Actually, I bought two. So that'll be one for tomorrow. Yeah. Now I still need. So what then now? Put all these little tiny bits. Actually, what I need to do. Just put that on there for a minute. Let's put those in. I was saying about putting the cabbage and the cauliflower in together. That way I've got two things done then, out the way. Oh, so that one's done. And then I can just put them on tomorrow. Well, later on today. Right. There for a sec. There for a minute. Turn that grill off. Don't need that on. Got that for tomorrow. That well later on today, I should say now, because it's Christmas Day. Yay! 2017. I'll put that there for a minute. I'll give that a little wash. Just leave that in there to soak for a couple of minutes. And what else we need? Might need some more Brussels sprouts. So I've got a load of them because I actually had the other lot of Brussels earlier. Actually, because I've got those ones in there. Might use the fresh ones. I've got a nice big fresh lot. Well, they're all fresh to be honest. Take a gander at this. Look at that. Usually if they're stayed on there, they'll stay fresh for a long time because they're on the stem. So basically they're getting life support, these are. This is the stem and this is giving them life support up to the point anyway. I might start actually, it'd be a good idea for me this year to, well next year after Christmas in 2018 to actually start getting my own sort of Brussels sprouts like plants and then just get a whole load of them I did get a few done last year, but they didn't turn out well. I think it might be the soil conditions. I'm going to have a look on there or something about it. Alright. So, there we go, just twist. I usually keep the leaves on. I cut the leaves on yesterday, just fantastic. Actually, I'll probably just cut them down the middle. I think that's a traditional thing, just cut them in the middle. And so that's your average sprout. I don't know where they originate, because it's like got Brussels on it. So whether it's Brussels, France, where they originated from, that's why they call them Brussels sprouts. Might kill two birds, well actually two birds with 3 stones. Well, I don't have sharp knives. I usually just have this sort of knife, so that's the sort of main sort of thing. Just get these in. Not too sure how many I would need. Probably enough for 3, 4 of us. And I'm going to wash these first as well, give them a little wash out, because they probably have only just been taken out of the ground by the looks of it, assuming they're on the stem. Just step them off. Oh. Actually, this one guy, I thought he said this earlier actually when he was fixing my toilet, and he put like one of these valves in there to stop it from overflowing. I could swear the bloke said something about apparently he was having his Christmas like dinner in the morning with his family. I'm thinking, in the morning? Bloody hell. Pretty early to have your dinner during the morning, unless it's because I think he said he's got to work or something like during the rest of the day. Alright, what are we in at? 13 minutes in, nice. So just trying to prepare and all that, be right back in a sec. Right, so what I'm doing at the moment is trying to put this in boiling hot water. Got to be careful when I put this in. Right, it's just the cauliflower in there. I'm going to put the Brussels sprouts in there, do 2 things, and then I can put a little thin over that later on. And then just reheat them up on the stove later. Once I've got them softened in there, we should be alright. Right. So basically I've just halved these Brussels sprouts, just chopped them down the middle. Hopefully they shouldn't take too long once they're halved, because it saves half the process to do. So we've got cauliflower and we've got Brussels sprouts at the moment. needs to be nicely cooked in there. See it? And we'll put this over the top. Keeps the heat in for a minute. And then we have still got a nice bunch here for Boxing Day. I put more than enough anyway for at least a couple of days. Well, actually for today, at least for the 4 of us. And put that at the top. Then I've got to peel some potatoes to do. And let's have a look. In there. Let's have a look. Did I put one of those in there? Oh. Let's get another one of those ones. Because I think I threw the other pots away beforehand. So after a while, when they get old and stuff and decrepit, they start going a bit funny. Right, what's this? Oh. So this is just the cabbage, Savoy cabbage. I think this cost me like $1.29, $1.39. Usually you can keep the cabbage leaves on there, I think. Remove leaves. Well, and finally shred a knife. Place cabbage in the steamer. Well, we ain't got a steamer, so we've got a saucepan which we can steam and all that. So yeah, nice fine cabbage right there. Absolutely perfect. I might actually start growing some of these next year as well and all of that. So look at that, look at the dark texture. This dark texture leaf, the dark greens. They're supposed to be really good for you as well, the darker greens. To be honest, I wouldn't see why you couldn't eat the leaves itself and all of that. Eating plenty of fruit and vegetables is one of your diet and health. Not boiled dry. My mum reckons this shouldn't take more than a little bit to do, so I could actually fine chop this and then let's just take this off. Yeah, I wouldn't see why you couldn't eat the leaves anyway. I'll probably end up eating the flipping leaves actually. Once it's cooked and all of that. That's where you get all the nutrients. Let us know in the comments below anyway, guys and girls. Alright, so your main sort of but yeah, I'm not doing that until later, but also you could eat stems and stuff I suppose as well. There's the stems. Some people do anyway and all that. Right. Because otherwise you're shaving all this off, all that goodness. Look at all that goodness. Actually that looks like see-through, like you'd actually see through that. That looks actually lovely. You can use that as a fan. Otherwise you're just left bare bones. Same with like cauliflower. Should be able to eat the leaves of the cauliflower as well, even though they're quite tough and all that. But all this just comes down, otherwise, just comes down to simple bloody simple just leaves after leaves after leaves after leaves. I mean, come on, where's the cauliflower? Not cauliflower, where's the cabbage? Where is it? It's supposed to be here somewhere. I mean, you get the darker greens, and you got the lighter greens, and then it goes back to like really, really pale light greens. There's nothing left. And then you're digging down to the heart of the cabbage. I mean, this is ridiculous. There's a lot of cabbage here. Ah, too much bloody cabbage. Put all this in now. There we go. So all you're left with is that stem bit. Looks a stem. Ah. And now what are we left with? Absolutely. It's like, oh, don't overflowing. There we go. Anyway, look at the leaves like blood vessels. Look at that, the life vessels. This is the actual vessels of like a plant. This is just amazing. You can actually see its stems, like basically it's like what we have in a human body and all of that. We have all like these sort of blood vessels going through. These are little blue little veins. Well, these are little sort of green veins of a plant. The stem goes up there, and this is the life force of a cabbage. This is the life force of the cabbage, of how it all starts off. Starts off as like a sort of a seed. It's just amazing. So basically, I mean, you got vegans moaning about where people eat animals and stuff. I'm vegan myself, but I don't worry about like what people moan about. If they want to eat animals and stuff, that's entirely their prerogative. But if you cut down to the bare bones of a cabbage, of the life force of a cabbage, it's a living thing. Okay, it doesn't have pain receptors, but I don't know, it probably does. But when you actually chop off its stems, it's like chopping off the life force of human civilization as we know it. All this, vegetarian foods, vegan foods, plant-based foods, all comes down to living cabbages, living plants. Anything that's living is basically the drive force. Something, I mean, anything that you grow has a life at the end of the day. It has the force driven through it from the universe of each little plant. So you put a seed in, you start growing, it's got life, it starts breathing until you cut its life support off with vegetables out in the garden. You cut that stem off, you've killed that plant. But the plant's no longer a plant no more, it's just food. So it's like human civilization. We go around, we slaughter animals, we kill animals, we eat them. Exactly the same way. Well, not technically in the same way, but sort of same way or similar to killing the life force of plants. Look at that. Look at that veins coming out of the plants here. Look at that blood vessels going everywhere. And there's obviously, you have to have some sort of energy going through a plant to actually give it life force. That's where you feed it plant food and stuff. You give it nourishment, you give it food, you keep it alive, you keep it growing, you keep it healthy, you keep it clean. Keep it to the point where it's fully reached its potential. Its potential of never-ending supply of food and nourishments for other people to eat. So there we go. That's the one there. That's the plant. So then you get down to the bottom of it, start getting down to the nitty and gritty, and you keep picking off the leaves, and you keep picking off the leaves, and keep getting down to the bits and bobs, slowly, surely, never ending. And to be honest, plant food, yes, it's healthy for you, it's good for you. It's got nourishments, it's got vitamins, it's got all the minerals that your body needs. It's got protein, it's got fibre, it's got everything that meat's got, but a lot better. And people, okay, I get the point where we shouldn't be killing animals. We should be killing animals. We should be growing our own crops to save the planet, to save the earth, and save the animals. I think, to be honest, we should be saving animals. We shouldn't be getting them slaughtered. We shouldn't be eating them. But then again, you could say that about vegetables. But if we didn't eat foods that have potential life force in them, which are a living thing, and look at that. That's just beautiful. Beautiful. When I start growing stuff like tomatoes out gardens, in the garden, all that, each year, I look at that and I think to myself, that little tomato, that little tiny little baby, it's a little baby tomato, starts growing a little bit each day, and you suddenly start seeing it green first, and then you start seeing it change into this beautiful, beautiful red colour. It's just amazing. Just absolutely amazing. And I was thinking next year, I don't know yet, but I was thinking about like taking videos of it, like sort of like a video diary of it, like take one picture every 5 seconds or every 10 seconds, like every day, of like just natural foods and stuff growing in the crops in the gardens. But I'm going to have to try and find a way that I can get a decent camera to put towards it so it takes it during the day to night time, so that way you see the beginning of a little hatchling vegetable. Oh, it's just amazing. Wow. And then you keep going down, and then snap this off. But yeah, so when you're around Christmas time, when you're having your lunch, think as well, plants are a life force of the universe. Without it, we wouldn't be getting healthy, we wouldn't be getting the nutrients in our body, but we also wouldn't be alive as well, because you need to eat proper. Meat is probably not the way to do it. Veganism or vegetarianism is most definitely a healthier solution, and it saves all the animals in the universe and helps the environment a little bit. So yeah, there we go, absolutely wonderful. So that's the, I should store a lot now actually, just get. But yeah, I can do the entire leaves, break them all up, put them all in and cook them all and that, and we should be good. Anyway guys and girls, I'm going to finish off this right here, because I've got to do this for tomorrow. Anyway, you all stay safe all, catch you all later, have a good one, and see you soon, and happy Christmas today. Hope you guys and girls get something good. Let us know what you actually get for your presents and all that. And you all stay safe and happy Christmas.